Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. As promised, I'm back for a part 2 video on Pokemon spawns in Cobblemon. Thanks to all of you for the suggestions on the previous video and the comments. I will try to cover as many of those as possible, and I will also be making another video dedicated to starters since there's a lot of comments about starter Pokemon, so stick around for that. Before I start, I'll just let you all know I've just made a Discord server for you guys to hang out and chat with me about technical Minecraft or Cobblemon, and even potentially help me learning about Pokemon because I am bad at Pokemon. You can also find links to the Modrinth projects I've made, such as emissive Cobblemon ores and even a mob pack that I threw together. And you can also get updates for new videos of mine when I upload them. It's very new and I'm looking for suggestions to make it as open and as friendly as possible, so feel free to join using the link in the description. So now onto the video. I like to explain what I'm doing in my videos, and for this video I think it's quite important to know how exactly to calculate the chance of any Pokemon spawning in the area you are in. When Cobblemon decides it is time to spawn a Pokemon, which is roughly every second in an empty world like this, the game selects something known as a bucket. There are 4 buckets, which are common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare, and there is a certain chance for each one of these buckets to be selected. There's a 94.5% chance for common, 5% for uncommon, 0.5% for rare, and 0.1% for ultra rare. If you need help visualizing this, imagine you picked one of these blocks at random. If you picked this block, you would get a Pokemon in the common bucket, which is pretty likely considering there is 1,000 blocks total here, and 945 of them are this colour. On the other end of the spectrum is ultra rare. So there is a 1 in 1,000 chance you will pick this block at random. And yes, I think I accidentally built this system using Fortnite's colour rarity system. In this plains biome, for example, Wooloo is in the common bucket, while Scorbunny is ultra rare. But this brings us on to the next part of the spawn chance calculation, which is weight. This has nothing to do with the Pokemon's physical weight. If it did, we'd definitely be seeing a lot more Wailords. The weight I'm talking about actually refers to the likeliness of a Pokemon being chosen after its bucket has already been selected. This means that if, and only if, the 1 in 1,000 ultra rare bucket was selected, it will then check the weight of all the Pokemon in that bucket and give them a chance of spawning relative to their weight. If they have a higher weight, then they have a higher chance of spawning. So here Scorbunny will have a much higher weight than Blaziken. To calculate the overall chance for any particular Pokemon spawning, you just need to multiply the chance of the bucket it's in, so for rare 1 in 200, with the percentage given to you by the check spawn command. So in this example, these are the rare spawns in this area. There is a 1 in 200 chance for the rare bucket to be selected, and there is a 1 in 4 chance for Farfetch'd to spawn, so overall that would make a 1 in 800 chance. These numbers here can vary massively depending on what biome you're in, the time of day, the moon cycle, the blocks that are nearby, the blocks that the Pokemon are spawning on, if the Pokemon can see the sky, and probably even more. So experimentation is key. The reason that doing this at all is so important is because if a Pokemon is in the rare bucket but has an incredibly low weight, such as Minun or Plusle here, then it might even be better to go to a place where these Pokemon were in a lower bucket but have a higher weight, because at the moment here these two Pokemon have a 1 in 3,200 or 3,200 chance of spawning. But if they were 100% chance spawning in an ultra rare bucket, they would only be 1 in 1,000, which is much higher. Now onto what most of you want to see, which is the cool Pokemon spawning platforms that I've thrown together. The first spawn location is a very easy one, just requiring a platform made out of dirt or other natural materials in an ocean biome. This platform has a 1 in 200 chance of spawning a Ditto and a 1 in 1,000 chance of spawning an Eevee. The beauty of this platform is that these Pokemon are the only 2 that spawn here, meaning that you can just sit back, relax, and wait for these Pokemon to spawn. But be prepared to wait, because Ditto spawns on average around every 4 minutes and Eevee around every 15 minutes. All this requires is dirt a large platform, and the larger the better, until it goes out of your server's render distance. And already, as I was setting up for the next part of the video, I got an Eevee to spawn and a Ditto as I was talking. There's actually a few more uses for this platform. One of these is for the Blissey and Voltorb lines. All you need to do is place path blocks, so dirt blocks, and then right click them with a shovel every 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 7 block gap. You don't need to place the blocks any closer than this. This is maximum efficiency, and to be even more efficient, you do it for the whole platform. This leads to a 1 in 20 chance of spawning a Voltorb line Pokemon and a 1 in 400 chance of spawning a Blissey line Pokemon. With this setup, you'll start to realise that there's a lot more Voltorbs and Electrodes spawning than any Chansey line Pokemon. If there are too many Pokemon in a certain area, Cobblemon will stop spawning Pokemon entirely, so for maximum efficiency I recommend killing or catching all Voltorbs or other Pokemon. Another use for this platform is for spawning Magnemite line, which has a 1 in 20 chance of spawning one of the Magnemite line when you place a redstone dust with 7 block gap in between each one for maximum efficiency, and again do this for the whole platform and you will have Magnemites for days. One final use I have for this spot is for Pumpkaboo line. Simply place carved pumpkins and wait until night. The pumpkins must be carved. Regular pumpkins will not spawn Gourgeist, they will only spawn Pumpkaboo, and this is probably a bug. You'll start seeing these guys pretty soon, as there is a 95% chance of spawning either a Pumpkaboo or a Gourgeist. The next spot I have for you guys is for Growlithe line. So this is another dirt platform, this time in a snowy plains biome. And this also has the path blocks with a 7 block gap in between each one. And this leads to a 3 in 100 or a 3% chance at spawning a Growlithe as long as it is daytime. Like I said before, the more Pokemon that are around, the lower chance you'll get of more Pokemon spawning. So if you see Pokemon you don't like, either catch them or kill them. My next spot is for Sigilyph line. So this is a desert biome, albeit a small one, and all I've done to it is I've scattered these cut sandstone slabs around. There's quite a few different variants of this block you can place, but cut sandstone, I believe, is the most cheap. And you could make a platform in the sky for this, but I've done this just to show that you can get Pokemon to spawn perfectly well just by placing the blocks down a bit randomly on the floor. If you want maximum efficiency, by all means make a dirt platform in the sky in a desert biome and place cut sandstone slabs with a 7 block gap in between them. Once again, you should be killing all the Pokemon that you're not trying to catch, and this will lead to around a 6% chance of Sigilyph spawning. My next stop is in a spooky biome or a dark forest, and this is for Mimikyu by request. Mimikyu, oh, what's this? Oh yeah, you should do that. Anyways, thanks to Mats456789 for helping with this one. They came up with this, which is just a dirt platform with a roof, which should be oak slabs or some kind of slab block so Pokemon can't spawn on top. And this gives you still a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting a Mimikyu. For Poliwag line, if you find yourself on a rainy day in a swamp biome, you're going to see quite a few of them, as they have a 22% chance of spawning here. Like before, make sure to keep wiping out or catching all the other Pokemon that you don't want to increase the chance of them spawning, but they are pretty common regardless, so you won't have much trouble running into one. I was talking earlier about Pokemon who you might want to search for those rarer buckets to have an overall higher chance of them spawning, and one of those Pokemon is Gible and the Gible line. I'm here in a meadow biome right now because I thought, oh, Gible's in the rare bucket in mountainous biomes, so I'll come check it here. And the overall percentage is about under 8%. So for the rare bucket, that's a 1 in 200 chance multiplied by around a 1 in 8 chance, meaning overall a 1 in around 1600 chance for a Gible to spawn here. However, if I modify my ocean platform, which was originally dirt, you might remember, if I modify it to have a stone floor and again a slabbed roof, can be any slabs as long as Pokemon can't spawn on them. Oh, hello Steelix. Gible is now in. It is basically 100% chance after the 1 in 1,000 for the ultra rare. So it's actually a much higher chance to use this ultra rare area. Again, you want to be wiping out or catching all of these Pokemon. So that about wraps it up for this round of Pokemon spawns in Cobblemon. Hope I did a Pokemon that you wanted. I hope everything I said made sense. Let me know in the comments any more Pokemon you want, any other video ideas you might have. And yeah, don't forget to come check out my Discord server. The link is in the description. And besides that, hope you have a great day or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video.